What's up, guys? Today we are doing a different type of video. I thought we've done a lot of informative videos recently, and obviously we've got more VOD reviews, guides, you know, reviews, reflections, all this kind of stuff coming up in the next couple of days. I've been posting pretty regularly, so what I've been trying to do is schedule a whole bunch of videos so they release sort of, you know, twice a day or like once a day at bare minimum. There's a lot of content right now because there's a new YouTube channel, so I haven't really covered everything yet. But as time goes on, we're going to be sort of slowing down the uploads to maybe like once a day, once every 2 days, and then following more of the series type of formats. So right now, I've got like the VOD reviews, I've got the in-depth kind of abilities and guides on how to use them, and then, some of the gameplay commentary as well when I stream. So if you're interested in following any of this, um, you know, check the comments below. Please subscribe, comment, etc., etc. So we're doing a bit of a just chill video today. Um, I'm going to look at each ability in the warrior kit, some of the PvP talents, some of the normal talents, and then just general abilities too. Let me know if I've missed anything. I might chuck this up on the Discord as well if you want to give it a go and just download it, put it on the Discord. Let's see the differences in what we think. So the first one we've got shield block. Shield block is definitely something that used to be very iconic back in BC. Wrath, maybe even Kata used to be able to go have a shield swap macro. So any of the people who played back then would know, you know, you'd swap into shield block, and you can use spell reflect in D stance as well. You'd need to swap into a shield. I do think now it's a piece of shit. It's garbage, right? But it still holds some nostalgia seeing it. So I'm putting it in B tier. I think this is sort of fair. It would be A tier back in BC and Wrath. That was such a sick ability, and like back then because the skill across most people was quite low. Seeing a warrior in BC or early Wrath swap into shield block against double melee was like, oh shit, this guy knows what he's doing, right? Next one, fear, intimidating shout, iconic. Everyone knows it. It's one of our only abilities that we can use to CC, right? Um, there's so much like satisfaction in an arena or BG where you feel like five targets and you just destroy one of them. I think everyone when they first get into arena always has that moment where they leap into three enemies, right? They fear everyone, the whole team goes scattering, and you like absolutely blow up a target. So for that reason, fear S tier absolutely being here, I think, from Classic, right? Everyone loves this ability. I think this is one that, you know, I don't really ever remember it bugging at all. Sometimes you can get tilted because of the range, but always a cool ability. Heroic Leap, this is one they added in Kata, I think. Probably one of their best additions, and obviously one they've kept the entire time. I think leaping is really, really cool. There's so many cool things you can do to kite people as well, and just having the access to that Z-axis, right, in arena. On Blade's Edge, you get knocked off, you immediately leap while in the air on top of them. They've really improved how leap works as well. Like when it first came out, it was super buggy, just a mess. You couldn't leap to a lot of places. But now, like almost anywhere in the arena, it feels like you can leap to. You can leap to like weird edges that people aren't expecting you to get up to. You can leap right on top of the enemy team. You can leap away. So much flexibility. Um, it isn't like a classic type of ability everyone knows, but I feel like it's been in the game for like 10 years now, so it does deserve a spot in the S tier. That is absolutely iconic, right? Overpower. This is like the bread and butter of Warrior, right? Like everyone knows if you played Classic in 2004 or 2005, you played Vanilla. Sorry, I mean you played Vanilla back then, or you played Classic recently. Overpower is a very satisfying button to hit. It doesn't have anything flashy about it, but it just pumps. Everyone loves killing rogues with an overpower, so I'm putting it in A tier. I don't think it really deserves the S tier rank. It's not. It's not what everyone knows Warrior about, but absolutely, definitely a contender there. Sweeping strikes. This is just this is the ability that makes Arms Warrior feel so good compared to Fury, right? You can slow two targets, you can sharpen two targets. Just the ability to kill two targets at once, and how good it feels to get like an entire sweeping off on a pack of enemies. It's just crazy, and it's been around for ages. I feel like this is an S tier ability. This is absolutely S tier ability. I might put these into like ranks as well. So at the end of this, hamstring. I don't know. This is kind of annoying. Like everyone knows it, but it's just so annoying that we have to spend rage and a global to put a slow. Um, Super clunky. It's been clunkier at times. You can block hamstrings if you're like a paladin or a shaman. I don't really enjoy using this ability. I don't think it's fun. I think it's a bit meh. I think it's still on the global cooldown as well, so that gets a C tier. It's annoying. Battle shout. I mean, battle shout is like cool, but it's a buff, right? I can't really put a buff in S or A tier. That's not happening, right? So I think it gets into B tier, safely into B tier. Everyone brings warriors around for battle shout, so it stays. Bladestorm, everyone knows where I'm putting this, right? S tier. That is the ability. If anyone remembers the Tom Cruise clip on Bladestorm, just Google it. I might put a link in there. That is the ability that has kind of, I guess, been the figurehead of arms since Wrath, right? So like before that, we were like very like I don't know, not single targety, but just these big monsters that would smash people and then run around. But Bladestorm, Arms Warriors are kind of like sweeping and doing this huge cleave damage. You're unpeelable. In Wrath, it used to like with Shadowmourne, you used to just chunk an entire team. With Bladestorm, it started to feel worse and worse in BFA. Like by the end of BFA, Bladestorm kind of felt like nothing. You weren't even doing damage, but now we're unhinged. Bladestorm feels amazing again. It feels where it should be. When you sweeping Sharpen Bladestorm a team, they melt, and that's exactly how that spell should be used. Parry. I mean, this is amazing now, right? 1.5 minutes, it's great. But for the last couple of years, this has only been our real defensive, like in BFA, and it hasn't served us well, right? 3 minute cooldown, like you can't do that to us. So that's why it gets a C tier. I'm even considering putting this in D tier. Obviously, right now it's C tier because like it's a much better ability, but for the amount of turmoil that accidentally parrying or like parrying too early before a go feels, because you lose your single defensive, it gets a fat C tier. Charge. Charge is like cool. I think this is like just a bread and butter ability. Obviously it goes S tier. Like everyone knows charge. It's the signature ability of warrior, right? Charging onto an enemy. Colossal smash. I don't know. I like this ability and it feels good to use it. I don't think it's like necessarily super iconic. Came around in I think Kata. Back then it was really cool too. I'll give this A tier. I think this is safely A tier. This is similar to Overpower. Slam D tier, right? If you to ask me in pre-patch, S tier. Slam right now, D tier. Feels shit to use. It's almost always felt awkward to use. This is one ability that in vanilla or classic, right? You had to like it was a cast. In Kata, I think it only turned into an instant in Legion or WoD or something. And before that, you had to cast it, right? So like because I had bad MS, I would always like try and cast it and it'd move and then it wouldn't go off, and it used to be a big part of your rotation. It was super clunky then. Now it's still clunky. It costs so much rage. It's not like a nice fill to use, and it does like 2k damage. It does nothing. Um, Before in BFA, I would give it a C tier, but this is one that deserves a D tier. It's kind of always been awkward, and no one enjoys pressing slam. Like, if there's any other ability to press, they will press it. So that's why it gets a fat D tier. Victory Rush D tier. This could be so much cooler. This could be one of our secondary defensives if they just put it on like a 2 minute cooldown and made it heal like 30%, right? Sort of like the old Enrage regen, but Victory Rush has let us down consistently. Rallying Cry. So I would normally have put this in C tier, right? If we're doing BFA, I'd put this in C tier because you'd have to PvP talent into it to make it viable, right? But with some buffs to it and like the faster meta, I do think right now it deserves a B tier. I think it's a cool ability. It's quite strong. It's really insane right now. But last patch, C tier, maybe D tier. But right now it gets a B tier. Ignore pain. This is a new contender, right? This is a new contender for one of my favorite abilities to press. It's insane. 12-second cooldown, and you get like a 9k shield, and that's nuts, right? It absorbs 9k. It it feels so good to press. When you're in defense and you have ignore pain up, and you just watch enemies pump cooldowns into it, and like your health is still like 55%. It feels so good. This is definitely going high A tier, right? I can't make it this. I would put it in S tier if I could, but it's too new. This might become D tier next week, right? If they just nerf the shit out of it. So, no way. Mortal Strike, everyone knows Mortal Strike is I think it's contender with Bladestorm. Is it more iconic than Bladestorm? Yeah, probably. It is. It is the S tier. It feels good to press. It used to feel bad to press. It would have probably been in B tier last patch, but now it feels better to press. We have more damage out of it. When you get a big Sharpen crit on Mortal Strike, hits like 12k damage. It's awesome. Shattering Throw. This is an old boy, right? This is an old friend of ours. It used to not exist last patch. Now it does. A tier. Um, Definitely. Just so cool. It's so iconic in Warriors to be able to shatter a bubble or a block and to have it back again with that faster cast time. It's nice. I put it above. I actually would put it above Overpower. I'd say top A tier because that's a very iconic ability. Spellreflect. So this has a storied history, right? So I think a lot of Warriors actually originally started like well, I know personally, like I started to play Warrior because of Spell Reflect. I thought it was the coolest ability. You'd YouTube like Swifty or um, I even remember like Hoodrich videos. He'd post those BC vids, which were awesome, and the music was real cool too. And you'd watch him like Spell Reflect polys and like all this other crazy stuff. Which at the time, like now that's just baseline. Everyone does it, but at the time it was like, whoa, this is nuts. Um, it used to be baseline, then it became PvP talent, and now it's baseline again. It's a really nice ability. I really like it. I think this goes above fear, right? This is what makes Warrior cool, right? This ability, this ability, this ability. These are like all the top line is why you'd play a warrior, right? The second line is like abilities that feel good and are iconic to warriors. B tier is like, it's nice, it's nostalgic, whatever. C tier is annoying, D tier is shit, right? Tactician, I don't know why this is here. Like this is just a proc, overpower proc, but it does feel good, so it'll go C tier, right? Nobody knows what the fuck tactician is, right? Intervene, you know where this is going, baby. It's not more iconic than charge though, so I think I think the ordering is going to be like this on the S tier. There's so many cool S tier abilities, right? Because they all got brought back. I'd say charge, intervene, fear, leap. That makes sense. Sweeping, all of these make sense right now. Intervene, just awesome ability. It's more insane now. There's so much skill that you could use with it, and you can be completely skill less as well, and still get good value out of it. Whirlwind, I mean, this is like a classic artifact. This is like, I don't know, like one of those old like weathers type of candies that your grandparents have that you don't really want, but it's okay to have. It's like an old hard candy, right? It used to be good at a time, and if you really like feel like it, it's okay, but it doesn't ever really feel that good to use, right? It's never nice to have. If they took Whirlwind out of arms, who cares? No one cares, right? There's just an axe here. I think this is like a proc thing. We'll ignore that. Heroic throw. I mean, heroic throw is such a bait, right? Like everyone thought heroic throw would be this in Wrath. Like I remember getting to level 80 and being like, "Oh, heroic throw is gonna be awesome. Like I can do range DPS now." And it was just such a bait, and I feel like no one used it for like years. Now with like the mouse over macros and people getting better and just people getting better in general, like heroic throw is kind of cool now because you can kill like well, last season you could kill Siphons, you can kill totems, all this type of stuff. So I feel like it's definitely a B tier talent, right? B or C. I mean, it's B, it's better. It's not annoying to use. Pummel, I mean, it's just a kick. A tier. It's a nice kick. It's got a short cooldown, but I'm not gonna lie to you, it is just a kick. Shield Slam, no one ever uses it in arms right now. D tier. Execute. I really want to put execute in S tier. Like it is an S tier ability. Like that's also iconic to warriors, but I don't want the S tier to be bloated. Okay, I need to make some changes to the S tier. This is going here. This is going here. Fear, I think, is also going here too. I don't want S tier to be bloated. It needs to be iconic. Fear is nice, but it's not as iconic as Execute. I think Execute is like just after Bladestorm. Everyone knows the Execute phase in Warriors. Berserker Rage, B. I mean, I want to put this in A tier as well. Okay, I'm putting this in B tier then, right? Berserker Rage is like, this is insane. This is what feels so good when you verse locks and you like, the first time you Berserker Rage a fear and then you play one of your alts and you're sitting a full fear and it feels so awful because you never sit fears with Berserker Rage. It's insane. Taunt, D tier. I mean, you could taunt trap, so maybe it's C tier, but I don't want to put bloat. It's just a D tier talent. No one cares if it got deleted. Pissing Howl, I think this is safely B tier. It's cool. It feels nice to use. Avatar, I think this is B tier too. It's nothing special, right? It's like you break a root and you do 20% extra damage. It's not cool, right? It's not like metamorphosis for demon hunters. You don't get anything. I remember at one point, I think he used to turn into this guy. Like the avatar, the icon's really cool for avatar, right? But I remember he used to turn into like some big dude, but now you don't. You just turn into like a stone. Which doesn't really make any sense. It would make more sense to turn into this guy, and that would be awesome. Disarm. I mean, it's disarm, right? It's B tier. Like, it's disarm. It feels good to use. Everyone likes it. But is it iconic? I mean, is it more iconic than and then ignore pain? Yeah, it would be. But does it feel as good? I mean, disarming stuff does feel good generally. Maybe it goes into A tier. I mean, warrior abilities are really nice. Like this is why everyone likes to play them. I've got Spell Flick twice. Duel. I mean, this has so much potential to be such a cool ability. I think this is C tier, right? I used the last patch on like Dark Soul and Combust, and it was awesome. So it gets a spot there. War Banner, I would say this is a very iconic warrior ability. The issue is it is buggy as fuck and it tilts you so often, right? Like when you War Banner and like you see a poly and you War Banner and it doesn't hit the poly, like what's the deal? Right? What's the deal with that? So that's a tilting ability. It's still iconic, so I think it's upper C tier, right? Definitely upper C tier. Sharpen. Oh man, there's too many good abilities. Sharpen is like the new, like how people thought about Mortal Strike back in vanilla and like BC and Wrath and whenever it did 50% and was like the only Mortal Strike in the game. I feel like that's what Sharpen feels like, right? Like you're scared when you have a sharpen on you in twos or threes, right? Like when you get sharpened by a warrior, you're like, oh shit, use a cooldown, let's bop this, let's do this. So it is cool and it does feel nice, right? It's off the global, you just press it and it goes off. Synergize with a new Blade Storm. This is getting a B tier. I think this is upper B tier. Yeah, I think it's better than Battle Shout. Like who the fuck cares about Battle Shout, right? You know what? Battle Shout's going into C tier. I'm tempted to put it into D tier, but I'm not saying it's annoying to use Battle Shout. It's just a meh ability, right? Just give 5% baseline extra damage. What you make this just baseline, like you always have it, and it's an aura or something, right? I don't want to have to press this. Maybe it's even annoying because then I have to press it. Like, if I forget to press it, it's like, oh shit, I didn't have Battle Shout up that game. It's D tier, right? We've D tiered it. Unfortunately, for any Shout fanatics, you do not get to like Battle Shout anymore. So that is my tier list. Let's go through it. S tier, Mortal Strike, obviously. Bladestorm, clearly also iconic. Execute, you know, the Spell Reflect, of course. Sweeping, of course. Charge, Intervene. These ones also make sense in the A tier. The B tier looks good. The C tier makes sense, right? No one likes Buggy Warbanner. Hamstring is annoying because it's on the global. Parry, I mean, 3 minute cooldown for the last couple of years, man. Like, get your act together. Tactician, like, I don't know. Tactician can go in D tier. No one cares about Tactician. It's nice. It feels good when when they overpower procs, but like this is not an ability anyone cares about. Like just make this baseline into overpower. You don't need this stupid little icon. It looks cool, but like you don't need it here. Duel, whatever. That's the point of the C tier. It's like a whatever tier, right? D tier like Slam. Fuck Slam, right? Like no one likes Slam. For for 2 months or 3 months in pre-patch, people like Slam. For 3 months in like Kata or Mop or What or whatever it was when Slam was busted there as well, people like Slam. And I think in Classic or like yeah, in Classic there was some bug with Arms Warriors where like it would pump damage. If you use Slam, you could get some weird GCD bug. Then people like Slam. Overall, nobody likes Slam unless it's broken, unless it's seriously broken, right? When it's out of control, people like Slam. If there's not a single person in the fucking game who thinks that Slam is a fun ability to press, right? No one's ever like decided like, hey, my favorite ability in the game is Slam. So we're anti-Slam crew. That shit can go in the bin, right? Give us just higher baseline. Give us fucking Heroic Strike back. Heroic Strike would be up here, right? It would be in B tier for sure, or maybe even A tier. So get rid of Slam. Victory Rush, again, get rid of it. Just make it so it heals you. Like when you kill something, when you execute it, just make you get a 20% heal. Or make it something you can just use whenever. Whirlwind, I don't know. Whirlwind, like, don't talk to me about Whirlwind, man. Shield Slam, you can't equip a shield anymore. It was cool at one point, right? I think it applied Mortal Strike. You know what? Like, I think I've done Shield Slam wrong. I'm putting it up. I'm putting it in C tier. It deserves C tier treatment. It was iconic at one point. I think it used to dispel like a magic effect. I can't remember if that was just in prot or if you could do that in arms. Regardless, it's iconic. When you see that shield, you feel something warm. It's shit now, so like it's whatever, but no one really saw Shield Slam. People saw Shield Block. I think Shield Block will be back here, right? When I put all this together, I think it looks something like this. Um, and then we have Duel. That makes sense. Okay, cool. So that's the tier list done. Hopefully, this is a bit of a fun video if you like leveling or farming honor or some shit. It's enjoyable to watch. I'll try and do more of these videos where I just talk shit for 20 minutes. It's not too different to my normal guides. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to watch the stream, I have the stream link in the comments. If you want to say hello on the Discord, jump in the Discord. And peace out. Take it easy. Please sub, comment, do anything so the YouTube algorithm favors me and we get more subscribers, we get more views, and we can hopefully keep growing and make more guides and videos for you guys. I've got VOD reviews coming tomorrow. I might do them on stream as well, or like this video will come out tomorrow. So the VOD reviews will be around in like 6 to 7 hours, I imagine, from now. I'll schedule it then. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this type of video. Let me know if you actually like this stuff. If it's nothing you're really interested in, and you don't enjoy it, and people don't like it at all, I won't make them. But it's kind of fun to make this stuff. It's a bit more chill, a bit more relaxed. All right, take it easy, guys.